Welcome back to another episode of Virtual Wholesaling Podcast with your boy Antoine Campbell. Today we're going to be talking about scaling your business, utilizing virtual assistants. Sorry I got my hoodie on, but it is freezing in my little office. So we got to get the maintenance people to turn down the AC. But hey, I'm not complaining. It's about 100 degrees outside. It's been an amazing month. Hopefully your month has been amazing. We roll into a new month on Monday. July 1st will be Monday. So I figured, why not talk about growing and scaling your business with virtual assistants? A lot of people are afraid of hiring virtual assistants because they don't know what it takes to run a business with virtual assistants. And a lot of people just don't understand the day-to-day process of what it takes to grow your business with virtual assistants. So I figured I'd give you guys some pointers and some tips on what you should do when hiring virtual assistants, whether that's through a person like myself or that's through Fiverr, Upwork, it doesn't matter. Before you even hire virtual assistants, you need to have a plan and a template of what your operation will look like. Your business should be breaking down to 4 categories, right? It should be breaking down into marketing and lead generation, which is 1, acquisitions, which is 2, dispositions, and then transaction coordinator. Once you understand it, then you know exactly who to hire for and why to hire. Now, let's focus solely on just lead generation, right? Because that's what most people start from, and that's perfectly okay. If you are trying to generate consistent leads, then you need to figure out exactly who on your team is going to do the work. You know what I mean? So cold calling and SMS managers is the easiest way to get started and to generate a ton of leads in your business. They can actually pull a list. You can pull a list yourself. They can call these prospects and they can follow up. A lot of people get stuck with the VAs because they don't understand that you should be touching your list between 8 to 14 different times over a 3 to 6 month period. Some people think that, hey, since I called this list, it's not a good list. Since I called this list, and nobody's not ready to sell today, the VAs are not performing well. Let me let you know a little secret that most people don't understand in marketing is that you make your money based solely on being at the right place at the right time. Because a person that can say, I'm not interested in selling today, will literally be a motivated seller in 2-3 months if they lose their job, if they're got to relocate, if they get cancer. There's so many variables that a person can go through that they can't sit there and tell you that they're not going to want to sell their house in the next 6 to 8 months. You have to be smart enough to understand that at some point they're going to have to sell their house if they face some type of financial hardship. Now, that doesn't mean that the VAs aren't great. It just means that you have to make sure your VAs are consistent. So listening to their phone calls, making sure that they're not just allowing people to pick up the phones and they're not saying nothing, then move on to the next call. See, you got to look at all the bad things, the bad habits the VAs do too. You know what I mean? I'm not just going to be the guy that's going to sell you VAs and not be transparent about the good and the bad. So we've seen situations where people use their brothers and sisters to fill in for them while they make calls for other clients. So that's why it's important as the operator for you to do quality assurance on your team. I don't care who you hire the VAs from, you still should be doing your own in-house quality assurance to make sure that they're following the script successfully. They're asking open layer questions. They are getting the prospect to commit to receiving a phone call from your acquisition manager. They're doing everything right. And don't just do it once a month. This should be a weekly habit where you carve out an hour a week, maybe 2 at the most, to listen to phone calls, to provide feedback, and to coach your VAs. See, you can't run a 100% hands-off business because then you're never going to be able to put out little mini fires before they escalate to big wildfires. You know what I mean? So that's the one thing that you got to really pay attention to when you're trying to work and scale with virtual assistants. You got to look at the day-to-day and their output, right? Every single day, they should be filling out a report and sending it to you. And not just a basic report, right? Hey, I had a good day. I called 30 people. Thank you so much. God bless you. That's not acceptable, guys. You want to make sure that they'll fill out a full detailed report on what their shift looked like, what they accomplished, what was the good things to happen on the shift, what was some bad things to happen on the shift, and then you able to read that. It doesn't take no more than 3 minutes to read this report. So if they're sending it to you, you're not reading it, you're not being a good steward of managing them, because there are things on that report that you can address way before your weekly meeting, right? Example, all the phone numbers I'm getting are going straight to voicemail. Well, that should be a thing that you may look into. Either one, they're lying to you. Two, your data might not be as great. Three, you're not registered with Twilio or the phone carriers that's just giving you a hard time. So then you have to say, okay, what could I do to make sure this don't happen? Most of the times, it's having multiple phone numbers on one campaign, right? So if you're calling a particular zip code or a particular city, I recommend between 3 to 7 phone numbers. It depends on how big your list is. And the VA should rotate that phone number every 150 calls. Why? Because you don't want the phone carriers to assume that you're just making robocalls, telecalls, and you're spamming people. You want it to look like you're making quality calls. They have AI and technology that monitors your phone calls before the person even sees it, especially Google. Before the person even sees it, it sends it straight to a spam box. It sends it straight to a folder where it determines that it's spam. Even if people calling, it sends them straight to voicemail. Sometimes the phone don't even ring. So you have to consider that when you're looking at your KPIs. Then you have to give feedback. How can someone grow with you and grow for you if you're not providing them basic constructive criticism and good quality feedback for them to get better? Hey man, I love what you said on this call, but this is what I really want you to go deep on. I want you to go deep on what's making them want to sell. If they can't sell, then what's next? Like, you got to really critique your team to making sure that they understand that it's important for them to gather information, right? And then some of our clients, they use acquisition VAs. I don't encourage it for everybody, but if you're a hands-on person, you're great at managing situations, then you can do that. Now, if you're not a hands-on person, you shouldn't have no acquisition VAs, because you're never going to see the results, because you have to manage people, right? And with the acquisition VA, it's really based on the quality of the calls, right? How attentive are you and your team at listening to a person talk and then them able to make an offer to solve their problems, right? Because when you look at real estate, it's all about solving problems, right? It don't matter about your offer. It's about, can your offer actually solve the problem that I'm going through? If you offer me $300,000 for my house, that's great. But what if I need money to move? What if I need money to, for first month, last month? I don't have none of that until I sell. So even when I sell, like, I get out the same day, I still got to pack my stuff and pay for boxes. So you got to think about all of that, right? So just situational awareness is definitely going to be your friend. And then most importantly, guys, making sure that you yourself is getting the adequate training you need to be successful if you want to scale your business with virtual assistants. So hire somebody that's been there before, that done the things you're trying to go, and then use them and consult with them, book a call with them, pay them for their mentorship, whatever that look like. Make sure that you have somebody on your side that you can call to help you with this organization structure stuff. Whether we are talking about like SOPs. What are SOPs? Standard operating procedures. Everything in your business should be a standard. Even the way you log into PropString and pull your list, it should be a standard list that you pull, a standard way you stack your list. Even the way you skip trace, like whether you go through a skip trace from provider or you do it in-house, it should be standardized and put on a Google sheet. And preferably some of the processes, it should be screen recorded, showing you doing it. So that way a person can come behind you and know exactly what's expected of them. So many people hire VAs based off the VA prior experience and assume that the VA is going to come and do things that's expected of the client their way. And honestly, that's the worst way to manage a person, because your process is different from the last person's process. They may have a grasp or a concept, or they may have done it, but they haven't done it your way. So some of you guys might not even have a way. So that's why it's important to get with somebody to show you how to create a way so that way you can have something to measure your VAs on. Not just them making calls and, oh man, we didn't get leads in 2 weeks. Well, why haven't you gotten leads in 2 weeks? Well, you should have picked up on you're not getting leads within the first 4 or 5 days, especially if it's a fresh list, right? Listen to the conversation. Out of all the people who picked up the phone, sometimes you have to go this and be very aggressive. Out of all the people who picked up the phone, go listen to every conversation and figure out what it is. It may be one small thing that the VA is doing that you can help them correct, and literally the quality of the conversations will shoot through the roof. Example, here's the biggest mistake I see VAs make when they're making cold calls. Hello, I am looking for Antoine Campbell. Is this Antoine Campbell? Of course, if I'm Antoine Campbell and you don't know who I am, I'm going to automatically say no, especially if I'm going through financial hardship, I'm going through pre-foreclosure, I haven't paid my credit card bills, I'm going through struggles. Like, I don't know who you are, what you want with me, so I'm not going to talk to you. But if the VAs critique this and change just one little piece of their script, their conversion rates literally quadrupled overnight. And it's basically, hey, Antoine, how you doing today? It's not I'm looking for, no, it's hey, Antoine, how you doing today, right? And what happens is now that's going to make the prospect feel like, oh, this person actually know me. I have to talk to them. Or if it's truly not me, Antoine, then I can correct them and say, hey, listen, I don't know who Antoine is. This is Antoine. And then the VA should be like, okay, well, this is the number I saved on my phone for Antoine. I'm not sure how this got mixed up. Do you know Antoine? And go from there. Literally, this is what we teach our VAs. And that's why it's important and imperative to have consistent weekly trainings with your team to really recalibrate them. Because real estate lead generation, real estate prospecting is the most grueling, tough business that you can really get into. Now, it can be rewarding because of the amount of money you're making, but it's nothing easy or pretty or sexy about it. So that's why the VAs are so attractive to people, because if you work a full-time job, you work a part-time job, you on call, you can literally have them do majority of the footwork, and you just talk to people that's motivated, interested in selling. So I encourage every client to spend majority of their time talking to people that actually want to receive an offer, that actually want to sell their house, and let your team focus on building relationships and talking to cold prospects. There's nobody in America should be talking to cold prospects when you have virtual assistants willing to do it for between $3 and $5 an hour. We can get you some VA for $4 an hour. We've been doing it since 2018, and I wouldn't mind helping you if you're interested. Do me a favor. Usually on because this is kind of like a podcast, I'm still curious to see the people that's watching live. If you can comment and let me know where you're watching from, and if you hired a virtual assistant for the first time, yes or no, that'd be greatly appreciated. And if you have any questions, drop your questions. I'm going to wrap this up in the next 3 minutes. I just want to make sure that we show you exactly how to scale your business with virtual assistants, what to look for, and then what processes you should be implementing. We'll have a whole library of SOPs only for our VIP clients. If you want access to that, book a call with us. Head over to CEO929.com so you can get your hands on them SOPs. There's a lot I got going on that I really want to educate you guys about, especially like with lead generation stuff. I'm thinking about doing a free training next Thursday to show you A to Z how to set up your business, how to properly hire the VAs, and how to grow your business with less than $1,000 a month budget. If you interested in receiving the link to that free training, comment on whatever you're watching from YouTube or Facebook, and just comment training, and I will reach out to you. If you comment on YouTube, then go to my Instagram DM and DM me training. And then once that link is ready, I'll send it to you. So next Thursday is 4th of July, I think. So it might not be next Thursday. It might be the following Thursday. We're going to start doing these trainings every Thursday night. Yeah, next Thursday, 4th of July. So it's going to be the following Thursday, which falls on July 11th. So if you're interested in that free training, it's going to be amazing. This training is going to be better than any course you can get your hands on. I guarantee you that. And if you don't think my training is better than any video or course that you got your hands on, I would personally give you 1,000 skip trace leads on me. Hi, I'm from Philadelphia. Terry asks, I may have missed it, but what are good questions to ask your VA before you hire them? Oh man, here's some good questions. The first thing I want to test is longevity, right? I want to see like where they mind at and how long do they plan on staying with us, right? So the first thing I asked them, what are your goals? Where do you see yourself in 2 years from now? What are some things that you feel like you haven't accomplished in your life that you would like to accomplish now? What's some things that you hope us as a company could bring to you? What are the top 3 things that irritate you as a person working for another person from your last job that you feel like they could have corrected to allow you to stay or whatever the case may be? That's for like just to test them to see where they at as far as longevity. And then another thing is asking them about their day-to-day, to see what their schedule look like. And then you want them to illustrate what they're telling you. So if they say, hey, I am looking for, if you say, hey, if they're a cold caller and you're talking to them, then just say, what does their process look like? Take me through the process from the last time you did it. How did you do your calls? Like, how did you qualify them? How did you determine if the lead was a good lead or a bad lead? So you want them to show you a real life example how they go through their stuff. If they can't remember what they did their last job, then that's a red flag, right? But if you need somebody that's fully vetted and trained and ready to come into your business and make an impact, we do have virtual assistants starting at $4 an hour. We do charge a one-time onboarding fee of $499, which is peanuts compared to the value you're getting. And the way you can work with us is you can even have them part-time or full-time. Part-time is $80 a week. Full-time is $160. And it comes with a 6-month guarantee without service, which means if you're not happy with the VAs for whatever reason, I don't care, we'll replace them free of charge, no questions asked. So Phil asks, doing virtual, what's the best way to find boots on the ground? The best way to find boots on the ground is Facebook groups, and then meetup page like a meetup.com. You can go on meetup.com and just go into the forum and tell people what you're looking for. But the most way to do it is Facebook groups and just networking in Facebook groups. So go to local Facebook groups. Most meetup.com pages have a Facebook group page too as well. So you can find good boots on the ground that way. And then you can just call your title company too, like your local title company in that area, and they can point you in the direction of different people. Is it good to hire VA from the start, or first learn how to do cold call acquisition yourself and then hire VA with the budget of part-time VA? I personally recommend this is what I recommend. A $4 hour job is always going to be a $4 hour job. And you can afford to pay somebody $4 an hour, bring them in immediately so you can take more of your time to focus on acquisitions. Now, at the beginning, I would recommend you master acquisitions and get deals on the contract. And if you would like to hire an acquisition manager, then you can do that because you have the experience to coach them on their calls. But when it comes to hiring overall cold calling VAs, I recommend you out the gate, go get some cold calling VAs, and then just work with a company like us that can help you making sure that they're good quality, the quality insurance. Do VAs finalize a deal or get a lead to you? 90% of the time, the VA is just qualifying and they're going to send you everything. And once they send you everything, it's your job to do the acquisition call and make sure that, you are getting a deal on a contract, you're talking to the seller, you're building a rapport. Now, we do have some clients that we do this for, and most times this is only for our business in the box clients, our like VIP package. But we do have some clients that we help work with and assist and hire acquisition managers, and then they can work with the acquisition managers to get the deals in the contract. But like I said, book a call with us. Go to co929.com and book a call with us. And we can discuss all of your needs. If you're brand new and you just like, yo, I don't know where to start. I've been watching YouTube videos for months and months, and I still don't have a clue of what's what. Book a call with us, and we'll give you your options and tell you what you can do, and then you can go from there. Also, don't allow what you don't know to stop you from starting. Sometimes just jumping out there and just getting on the phones and making offers and giving people calls is a lot better than just sitting around like, I'm just going to start once I feel like I know everything, because you're going to miss out on some good opportunities. The best opportunities come when a person is fearless and they're willing to learn and adapt as they go along. There's no perfect time to start. You're never going to know everything about real estate. Real estate is always ever changing and always fluctuating. And that's just something you have to accept. Even for me, I don't know everything, and things always changing. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't put too much emphasis on learning everything. I would just get started and put my head down and get to work and learn on the job. It's nothing like learning on the job. Now, I'm not telling you to be a fool and be reckless and just go out here and just be doing anything. I'm just telling you to get started. Don't let you not knowing stop you from getting started. Okay, I think this was a good video. Like I said, if you're interested in working with us, just head over to my website, co929.com, book a call. We'll take good care of you. Even if you're not in a good financial situation, we'll still work with you and send you some good resources and stuff so you can get started. Because my biggest thing for people, just get started. It's a long journey. It's a long process. Some people make money early. Some people make money in 2-3 months. Some people take 6 months. But you got to get started. We do. Honestly, I'm not the guy to sling courses. If you notice, I rarely post about what I got for sale or courses. We just offer solutions. But if you're really interested in a course, I will have a 4th of July special that I will offer to you once you book that call, and you can sign up and get that training right there on the spot. So just head over to co929.com, book a call, let us know that you're interested in learning from a course standpoint, and we'll hook you up with that course. Like I said, I'm not the guy that's slinging courses and trying to be a guru. I'm just trying to put people on and give people the best hope in the best situation to create a successful real estate wholesale business using processes, systems, and virtual assistants. That's what makes me unique and different from everybody else. I'm not trying to put you on a 3-day event. I'm not trying to sell you. I don't have no coaching. Only thing I have is an implementation package that's called Business in a Box, and it does come with calls, but they're not coaching calls. They're just consulting calls where you answering questions. I'm answering questions, and you're getting clarity about processes. It's not really do this, do that, because our training is going to teach you that. Majority of the stuff you're trying to learn is going to be in our trainings, and it comes with that. So like I said, go to co929.com, book a call. Any other questions before we wrap it up? What's the biggest thing you're struggling with now? What's the biggest thing that's stopping you from getting to your goals, such as closing a deal? And what do you need help with? I'm willing to work with you and answer as many questions as possible, but you just got to participate and drop your questions here so that way I can read them out loud and give you a solution. So look at this as free, I ain't going to say coaching, but look at this free advisement on what you can do in your business. But other than that, drop your questions. I'll wait about 2 more minutes. And like I said, if you're in a position where you can afford to pay someone $80 a week and you're actually making cold calls yourself, I strongly recommend you get a VA to come in and make them calls for you. Now, there's some other costs to go with it, such as tools, a dialer, you gotta pay for lists, but you're gonna have to do that anyway and pay for that stuff anyway, even if you're making a call by yourself, because you gotta call them. So that's still a cost that you were going to absorb anyway. So if you can afford $80 a week minimum to call to pay a VA, then I recommend you hire a VA, because you can take your time to just focus on quality conversations with sellers. Or you can do things like build a list, you go out and network, uh, talk to buyers, build your buyers list. Like, there's so many other productive things you can do in your business than to just be making cold calls, that I'm betting on doing that over cold calling any single day. But like I said, if you have any questions, drop your questions. I'm going to stay on for about 1 more minute. We're right at the 26-minute mark. Wow, this live went by so fast. I might even post this as one of my own podcast episodes. I might just do another video tomorrow and make that my podcast episode. It's my priority to put out 2-3 podcast episodes a week. I got to get on top of that. I've been so busy with my new business, just getting that going and set up that I've really been neglecting helping people on this side of the business by going live and providing good information. So I'm going to make this a priority. We passed the halfway point of the year. We coming into July. Summertime's here. It's very hot. Don't let all these distractions stop you from staying consistent. Don't let all these distractions stop you from really getting your business off the ground. In fact, I'm doing a little something where I just hired a new cold caller. We're going to set up a new dialer. I pulled a few lists, and we're going to start our business from scratch. Just to show people that it's possible to start from scratch. I'm going to document it. I'm going to document some of the calls, and then we're going to make some type of YouTube series out of it where people can really see what it takes and what they need to do to really get going with this business. Yes, it's a lot of work, but anything that's worth your while, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to take time, and it's going to be hard. Nothing that's worth your while is going to be easy. You're going to make a ton of money at the beginning. That's unicorns. But what I can tell you, once you get this stuff down packed, you're going to crush it and make great money. Now, the biggest thing that you should be focusing on outside of hiring a virtual assistant, scaling with virtual assistants, is building your cash buyers list, relationships with cash buyers, building your infrastructure, understanding the neighborhoods that you're working in, the cities that you're working, understanding the cost of things, the construction cost of things, underwriting things. What are your cash buyers or where your buyers are getting their loans at, what they're paying for loans. So just go and watching videos, understand the underwriting fundamentals. So when you do get deals on the contract, you can lock them up for a reasonable price. Like, you don't want to lock a deal up on a contract that's worth $550 for $350,000 and they need $100,000 in repairs. There's no money in it, because you got to add the hard money costs, the interest payments, the realtor fees, the title company fees on the buy side and the sell side. So you got to really think like an investor to really make some real money in this business. And if you're not, you're not going to be doing too many deals, or a lot of your deals going to fall out of escrow because you're just over offering on your deals. And the way you do it is you got to understand sales training. And that brings me to my next thing. If you don't know sales training, how to communicate with people through the telephone to get them to move forward and do business with you, you're definitely going to struggle. No questions about it. That's just what it is. But once you understand sales training and you can really tap into your sales training, you're going to be good to go. You're going to be good to go. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Listen, I hope you have a blessed weekend. I hope you do something constructive. If you're already in the business, let me give you a quick tip before I go. If you haven't gotten your first deal, here's some things you can do to get to your first deal, right? Number one, if you've already been cold calling and you already talked to prospects and you already generated leads in the past, follow back up with that list. I don't care if it's 8 months ago, 12 months ago, 24 months ago. The riches are in the follow-up. Follow back up with that list, right? Yes, everything that I have to offer you is in the business in a box. So if you're interested in the business in a box, it's only $5,000. I'm not afraid to share that price over the internet because it's so cheap. But you get so much. You get acquisition training, disposition training, transaction coordinator training, virtual wholesaling training. We provide you with all the VAs you need, CRM, website, and then you get 90 days worth of consulting calls with me. So If that's not worth $5, then I don't know. It's worth. I think it's worth 15,000. But the majority of people I work with are brand new newbies, startup people, and I'm not the type of guy that's going to exploit people and overcharge them. I just want a commitment. So I think $5,000 is fair enough commitment um, for people to get started. You know. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. If if you're trying to get to your first deal, here's some things you can do. Follow up. You want to make sure that you're following up with your old list, making sure you're touching these lists consistently, right? 2-3 times a month is perfect. Use different phone numbers. Uh, Another thing you could do to get to your first deal is build a buyers list. Build a solid. I ain't talking about just get a bunch of leads. Or a bunch of so-called buyers from posturing and call it a buyers list. I'm talking about actually have a personal conversation with these people on the phone. You know what their criteria are. You can verify that they bought deals in the last 12 months, and you know what areas inside of town they're buying them. And you build a nice spreadsheet with all these buyers, and then you can go right on Facebook and say, "Hey, I have buyers in blah blah blah. Send me what you have. They're ready and prepared to close if the numbers make sense." You can make posts like that in Facebook groups. Go post that in 2-3 Facebook groups every single day, and I guarantee you'll get a deal. Now you have to create what we call a JV agreement. You want to separate yourself from looking like a daisy chainer to looking like a real professional real estate operator that have resources for other people. By creating a website, branding, and just branding your Facebook profile so they know that you're the real deal. So build your buyers list. That's going to take you to the moon. And then the last thing is going to be a little tougher, a little harder, but pull a list of all failed listings that happened in the last 12 months and that had equity and that currently has some type of lien on it, and call them up to see are they interested in receiving a cash offer on a property that didn't sell on MLS. If you do them 3 things and you still can't get a deal, chances are this isn't for you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll be the first person to tell people, yo, real estate ain't for you. I've been told people to go to different niches, go to move around, start different businesses. Like, I'm the guy that's gonna be truthful and honest with you because I don't want to take your money. I just want to be able to. If I take your money, I want to be able to know that I gave you the best advice and the best scenario in a situation as possible for you to be successful. And that's why I love what I do. I love teaching and helping people because I'm able to make sure that they're in a good position to win and be successful. And if that's not the case, then it is what it is. But like I said, if you're serious, if you're interested in working with me, you got 2 ways. You can slide over to CEO929.com, book a call. We get on a call, we figure out what your needs are, and go from there. Or you can text our little trap number. This is not my direct number. This is my trap number. So if you're acting all weird, we're going to block you or we're not going to respond to you. So come correct. We have call ID verification too. So we know if you're using a Twilio number or dummy number, we only respond to people that have real verifiable numbers. So text me at 202-503-1002. That's 202-503-1002. Other than that, I appreciate you. If you're watching the live stream and you feel like it was a good value, share this with 2 to 3 people you know, like, and love. Or share this to 2 to 3 people that you know that's trying to get started in cold calling, real estate, and building a team. And that would be helpful. And if you're not actually watching my podcast, go to CO929.com, subscribe to my podcast. That'd be greatly appreciated. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe and follow me on Instagram at CO929. I really appreciate you. Like I said, go to CO929.com, book a call with us. We'll give you good advice. We're not here just trying to sell you everything, but we'll give you some good advice on where to take your business, and we'll go from there. Other than that, I'll talk to y'all later. Sorry about this. One of my co-callers texted me. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings. See y'all. We're going to have a crazy live training the week of July 11th. It's going to be amazing. DM me so you can get that link. I'm going to create that link today. and get everything set up because I want at least 75 people to show up. I don't care about thousands of people, but I want 75 people that's serious about getting their business off the ground and show up. And if that's the case, I'm good. I'm happy. I know that I can help somebody out of 75 people. Talk to y'all later. Appreciate you.